Hey y'all, I'm Locklith and hi, it's me yet again. It is I, the Locklith, on my island of Cardinal, and we are going to do some more designing today. I am so excited to do another little spot on the island. Let's update it. Let's make it more functional than it is currently. So let's just jump into it. I have things to discuss. And the big thing that I want to discuss in today's video, I appreciate all the love on the last little chit-chatty video that I did where I just talked about other games outside of Animal Crossing while I design. So we're going to continue that theme here. And I'm going to talk about the Indie World Showcase, which I watched as, well, basically the day that I am recording this audio. It released on April 17th today, and the Indie World Showcase, if you weren't aware, is basically where indie games are announced and provided you're given like release dates for when they will initially drop on Nintendo Switch this year. And I've been looking forward to quite a few of these games, but just a few of them, literally 5 that I will talk about today, kind of stuck out to me. One being a no-brainer, Little Kitty, Big City, which is releasing on May 9th. So catch this. You're a curious little kitty with a big personality on an adventure to find your way home. How adorable is that little intro in regards to what this game is? It definitely gives me Untitled Goose Game vibes, which I am a big fan of that game. If you know, you know. Such a good one. So little kitty in a big city causing havoc and messing with people. I'm all there. Next one is Duck Detective and the Secret Salami. It is releasing on May 23rd. Now you're a down-on-his-luck duck detective who will inspect evidence, fill in the blanks, and bust the case wide open in this narrative mystery adventure where nothing is quite as it seems. And I have talked about this game before. I'll include a link in the description box of, and maybe in the card above as well, if I remember. Please, future Locklith, remember this. But I did discuss this game before very briefly, where I did some and played some demos last year that were announced during, I believe it was the Wholesome Snack during the Game Awards. And Duck Detective definitely spoke to me because it's a duck and detective. Hello, you know I like birds. I mean, Brewster's also one of my faves in AC, but I digress. But Duck Detective, it looks cute. I played the demo on stream. I'll include the link to that as well. Definitely a plus, and excited, super excited to play that one on Switch. Third on the list is Shim? I'm not sure. The spelling for this is also very different, but it is releasing on July 18th, and it's basically a game about jumping from shadow to shadow in a relaxing and lively environment. Now, I don't know how to describe this game except for you are almost like a frog shadow, like you're hopping around. It's kind of similar to a frog. And you're hopping into all of these different shadows, and it does kind of have some puzzling. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the area on the island that we're going to work on today. Another big span of water. Yeah, too many balloons have fallen into this little pond by my house, so let's work on this. But yes, back to Shim. So you're basically just jumping from shadow to shadow. It looks kind of puzzly. It looks like you have to discover certain objects as well to give yourself extra shadows so you can move further into the environments. I'm not 100% on what's going on with the trailer, but it looks like fun. It looks like my type of puzzle game. It just looks like a fun time. So definitely want to check out Shim when it comes out. Now this one I have not seen anywhere. Unless I'm missing something, I have not seen this game anywhere, and that is Refined Self, the personality test game. It is releasing this summer, and it's an arcade exploration, choose your own adventure game. Choose your own. Remember those books that we had when we were kids? Choose your own adventure books. I had one book, cannot remember the title, I wish I did, but it was my favorite book that I loved reading. And if I didn't like where the story was going, oh, I would go back. Girl would go back in the story, pick a different choice, and then continue. Did anyone else read those books? I loved those. I really want to figure out what that title was for that book and go back and repurchase it or whatever. Just relive those sweet moments from back in the day. But this is a arcade version of Choose Your Own Adventure where you complete simple tasks and your choices basically help estimate your character's personality. So you know those personality like quizzes and tests that you take online, and sometimes even in more professional settings, they'll have you, I worked at a certain company, I'm not going to name the name, but it was a fun exercise where the whole department basically took a personality test just to kind of learn more about each other and us as coworkers and how we work together and like who has strengths and what are people's weaknesses. Like, it was actually really fun, and mine was very accurate. Could not remember. It's one of those INJF, you know, the letter ones that mean certain things. If I can remember and find my answers to my personality one, I'll add a little pop-up right here during whatever part in the video we are in right now, in case you're curious. But we took those tests while I was working there, and that was so much fun. And so playing a game that kind of does something similar definitely piques my interest, because I feel like I really enjoy games that kind of tell you more about yourself. Oh, by the way, there was a moment during this video where I am doing the speed build, and then at one point I pause the recording and then I don't unpause it. So this little bit here where I'm placing all these flowers and bushes, yeah, it looks like I'm going very quickly with it. That's because I already knew where all these needed to be placed, because I picked them all back up and am basically reenacting placing all this again. Movie magic? I don't know. Anyways, that was a little flop during my recording session for this that I definitely wanted to get into. If this looks effortless with this designing right here, it's because I'm redoing what was already right here, right before I hit record again, because I forgot to do that. Either way, Refined Self, the personality test game, looks fun, definitely piques my interest. Very interested in that. And then the last one I want to talk about is Europa, which is releasing sometime this year. Not sure when. They didn't give us a date. They just said this year. And Europa is a lush, terraformed paradise in Jupiter's shadow, and Z, an android, must set out in search of answers. So you run, glide, and fly across the landscape, solve mysteries in the ruins of a fallen utopia, and discover the story of the last human alive. And I wanted to save this one to the end, because this one, probably out of the entire list, is number one on my list of ones that I'm excited about. I did play the demo for this last year. It's included in that wholesome snack link that I included in the description. So if you want to hear my early thoughts on it, definitely go check out that video as well, where I do discuss it there too. Very briefly, but I do talk about it a little bit in that video. But I've been super excited for this hitting Switch, and I haven't played the demo yet. There is a demo that you can play on Switch today. I'm probably going to play it as soon as I finish recording this audio, as long as everything goes okay. Fingers crossed, you know, I did that whole flop with the recording of this speed build, so we shall see. But I am hopefully going to play the demo for Europa following the recording of this audio. So I'm sure on stream on the day that this video drops for y'all, I'll probably discuss how the demo went, but I am a little nervous how it's going to play on Switch, just because of how beautiful it was on Steam when I played it, and I really enjoyed that. It had what seemed a lot of story in terms of the android that you're playing as, and you're just finding new things. I think I kind of combined Sky Children of the Light and the game Rime. Like, it's kind of a combo of those two games, and those are two games that I've really enjoyed in the past. Sky Children of the Light was one that is a free-to-play game that I played on mobile mostly, but I do have it on Switch as well, and it is still free-to-play in case anyone else wants to pick that game up. Definitely recommend. There's a whole community for that. And then Rime was such a pleasant game. But those are the games that I am excited about from the Indie World Showcase. And looky here as we chop this tree. Bye. Goodbye. Doing the yoga in this little new spot. Basically, I just added land everywhere here. And I just thought it would be perfect. I had a little bike over to the right, closer to my house. And so I thought, fitness. You know what we need? We need an island of fitness and health. So we've got bikes. We've got a yoga mat. And we've got perfect views here, and now another bridge. I had to do the upgrade so I could get 10 bridges on the island. I can't believe I didn't do that sooner, but I hope y'all enjoyed this speed build, and thank y'all so much for watching.